was, where you from? Korea, Canada, or maybe Taiwan. But I didn't know it was a holy land. But I believe from the minute the check left my hand, and I pray, can I be saved? I spend all my money on a future grave. But on Jesus I got you in. On 20% of my future sin, I'll got you in. Yeah, porcelain Mary, Her Majesty's pure. Looking for virgin territory. Coat hanger halos that don't come cheap. Television shepherds with a living room sheep, and I pray, can I be saved? I spend all my money on a future grave. What on Jesus I got you in. On 20% of my future sin, I got you in. I got you in. Welcome to another horrid, despicable episode of the apocalypse. I wasn't even going to do this, but then I thought about things. It appears that Donnie does not really give a fuck what the Supreme Court says at this point. And they best be careful, for Donnie may remove a few of them. For Donnie has changed his mind, and instead of 10% global tariff, like a true antichrist, he has raised it now to a 15% bloody global tariff. Do you finally understand what level of grifter you are dealing with? This is an entity, an animal that is grifting the entire bloody planet. And the American taxpayer is paying the fucking bill. My God, man, what have you done with this orange abomination? Get your name off of it. For your own sake, does me no fucking good, whether you're in the lake or out. Anyway, voter fraud. We finally found some. And it's an immigrant, an illegal immigrant that, overstayed his school visa, just dropped out. He just wanted to get in the country so he could, do his thing. He didn't give a fuck about college. So he dropped out, as soon as he got into college with his student visa. And then it looks like he committed some type of voter fraud down in Georgia. But this wouldn't be the first time, would it, Leon? An African immigrant sent tens of thousands of pre-filled ballot applications disguised as official government docs to voters in swing states. Now, if I had done this, I assume my ass would have been arrested in about 3 seconds. His name is Leon Scum, and he spends every waking hour on Twitter talking about immigrant voter fraud. Yeah, these issues aren't real issues that they bring up. Rigging elections, voter fraud. They're pointing the finger at others, saying that means they're doing it. And here's the proof right here. Leon got caught sending a bunch of pre-filled ballot applications to Georgia because that's a swing state, and, you know, they got to cheat. I want you to think about something. Donnie Shitbags is pure projection. Always was, always will be. And it doesn't take a psychiatrist to figure that out. So, Donnie's been pointing to others and saying they've been cheating in elections before the elections even take place because he thought he would lose. And then afterwards, when he does lose, or sometimes when he wins, he still says it was rigged. So if Donnie's pointing the finger and saying other people are cheating at elections all the time, for 10 fucking years we've been hearing this. What does that mean, class? That means Donnie's cheating at elections. That's simple. This Leon Scum move in Georgia is a perfect fucking example. And why is this man not being severely fined or thrown in prison? Oh, because he's Leon. And he's got the lesser devil's blessing. I forgot. My God, man. So here's some voter fraud by an illegal immigrant that actually took place. Because again, Leon and his brother, they just wanted to get here. They needed the school visa thing just to get in the country, drop out. Then they, you know, ask their dad for more money and they start their business opportunities. You know, maybe work with the Russian mob a little bit. Maybe make some contacts in the CIA. Shit like that. Get a shit ton of welfare from the federal government, from the socialists he fucking hates, that he robs daily, that he puts his hand out for more all the time. Him, Thale, Altman, all of them. Yet there's successes in life, right? No, they're welfare queens. And without government cheese, we wouldn't know their fucking names. I'm not kidding. Some more Leon shit. Leon's got a case going in San Fran. I'm not sure what the details are. It doesn't matter. Some nefarious criminal shit that Leon's doing that he'll try and, you know, spend $1 billion in court trying to get out of instead of just paying the damages, admitting I was wrong, moving on. Almost half of jury pool in Musk trial tossed after so many said they hate him. This is like, you know, a kind of new phenomena for the courts. A man that's so hated they're having trouble finding juries. Almost half. That's a lot of fucking people. Here's a quote. I believe it would be to the benefit of the human race for Mr. Musk to be sent to prison. Judge forced to slash San Fran jury pool over hate for Elon Musk. Think about it, Leon, Donnie, so many of you. You get to be hated by almost all of mankind, if not all. And then you get to go in the lake for eternity. That's incredible, man. Obvious that this is just an excerpt. Obvious that some hatred for Musk had made it through the first cut. According to Law 360, one candidate said, in a criminal trial, I would feel morally obligated to convict. However, in a civil trial, I could set those views aside, adding, I believe it would be to the benefit of the human race. Onto the jury, and neither did a woman who said Musk has no moral compass and used his wealth to buy votes. The judge also dismissed a candidate who said they disagree with the existence of billionaires, and another who noted their dislike for Musk's firing of Twitter content. Many reasons they hate Leon. Can you imagine the judge, person after person? Do you hate Leon Scum? Yes, Your Honor. I despise him. I think he should go to prison. Okay, you can go home. And the judge had to do this with person after person. Do you have any thoughts or opinions about Leon Scum? So you had a line of people where half of them basically talked shit on Leon and then got excused to go home. Leon, you're such a douchebag. That's a fucking achievement, man. You've got 50% of a potential jury pool in your case that just the first thing out their mouth is, I hate Leon Scum. I think he should be in prison. If this were a criminal trial, I'd have to automatically convict because he's a criminal. Whoo! Leon, that's an achievement. You got a black guy and it got thrown out the White House as co-chancellor. Leon, my God. Andrew Wortman reposted this. Hate for Musk quickly narrows jury pool in Twitter deal trial. Law 360, February 19, 2026. A California federal judge quickly narrowed a pool of 92 jurors Thursday in a class action brought by former Twitter investors against Leon Scum, excusing 38 potential jurors who said they couldn't be fair and impartial, as Musk's attorney lamented, there are so many people who hate him so much. That's his lawyer that said that. That's in quotes, son. Jesus. Oh, Leon, poor Leon. It would be funny if Leon and Donnie weren't ending America as we speak and the world. And that's 100% happening, son. It would be funny if not for that. If they weren't abject, pure evil, both of them. And my God, if you knew what was in their heads, plans for you. If you knew, son. Honestly, after seeing Leon and his performance and Nazi salutes and words these past 5 years, whatever, I'm amazed it wasn't more like 90% of the jury pool getting sent home. I guess the other half were MAGA or something, so they got to run with it. All the way to the abyss, son. All the way. That's how stubborn and dumb they are. They ain't just throwing this life and this empire and this shite earth away. They throw in their eternal life away. My God, what a sacrifice for stupidity, ignorance, following an imp and his orange-diapered pseudo-messiah. Oh. All for brainwashing they've heard spouted on shows like Fox News since 1945. All for that, son. All for team sport mentality. All for hatred of other people. All for a con man in orange face. Their entire eternity gone, son. Do you understand the gravity of that? Do you understand how powerful ignorance and stupidity and brainwashing is? People would hand the keys to their house to it. They would hand the keys to the empire to it. They would hand their soul to it. They would hand their very being, their eternity, their existence to it. That is amazing to me. Fucking amazing. That even the slightest bit of what you saw, heard in church since you were a child, what little of Christianity you think you know, I'm amazed what doesn't kick in is, you know what? I don't really believe anything, and this is just really a team sport for me because I don't like Mexicans or whatever you people think. But, you know, these people are doing some really evil things. Maybe I should worry about the consequences on my head for that. Even though I hate liberals and brown-skinned people and Jews and shit like that. Maybe. Because that hellfire and brimstone that the preacher read to me, you know, all those times over the course of my life, maybe that's real. And maybe I shouldn't just be piling all Nutlick and Donnie and Bessence and Vlad's crimes and Epstein's crimes on my shoulders by signing my name to it. Maybe that's not a good idea. Even though I hate liberals, I hate brown-skinned people, I don't like Jews. Maybe I should worry about what's on my soul, on my head, as a result of me co-signing this and preaching this gospel. No? That's what amazes me about you people. You'd rather go down with the burning ship, and it will be burning, son. Oh my God, it will be burning. Then just say, you know what? I was wrong. I should walk another path. I should let this go. This is a whole nother thing. That's way worse than has ever been. And I can't walk with it anymore. It's amazing that doesn't kick in. Amazing to me that doesn't kick in for you. So many to this day don't see the writing on the wall, or they don't want to see it, or they see it and they just, this is my identity, I got to go with it. MAGA, conservatism, right wing, whatever. I would let it go, son, and I get nothing out of saying that, or you letting it go. Absolutely fucking nothing, so you should really ask, why is he saying it? Discord has ended its partnership with Persona after backlash over a UK age verification trial that raised serious privacy concerns. The experiment is over, all related data has been deleted, and Persona is no longer involved. Yeah, I don't know if I'm buying that. Amazon and Ring said they're not affiliated with whatever. We're not going to do that evil surveillance thing that we literally are still going to do. So, you know, I don't know how serious to take this. Yes, the companies are saying these things. Ring, Amazon are saying, yo, we're not doing it no more, don't worry. Discord saying, oh, never mind, all the data's deleted, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, sure. Now that the Reich already has it, that does me a lot of good, son. That really helps me out. And it doesn't matter anyway. All the social media companies gave the Reich a list of anyone that's talked shit on ICE and got, the past 10 years? I don't know. It was front page news. None of the companies are denying it in any way, shape, or form. So does it fucking matter that Discord said, okay, now that the data's all been shifted back and forth and everyone's seen it and had access, now we've terminated the relationship and deleted everything. Oh, great. After the Reich got it all. After Google, Meta, everywhere handed all of our info to the Reich. And not a one of them denying it, son. Speaking of class actions, Maybe there should be one regarding that. Against the government and the companies. All of them. That handed shit over. Are you serious? I gotta leave right now. Because I don't know who this fucking moron next to me is. A 1,000 parking spaces, son. 1,000 parking spaces. This muscle car dude pulls up right next to me. You don't understand how big this lot is. You don't understand how huge this parking lot is. It's a complex. It's a village. And muscle car dude comes into this lot and parks right next to me. Woo! You know what that is, son? Son, you know what that is? That's the devil, son. And whatever nefarious intentions that dude has, I could care fucking less. He's gonna have to follow me around the parking lot. Okay, back to our video. So yes, Discord, it doesn't matter what they've done. Because the Reich already has our info, and again, all the companies gave them the list already, so it just doesn't matter anymore. It's the trust has already been broken. These companies have utterly betrayed all of us. I hope you understand that. And again, speaking of class actions, son. Exciting news, I forgot about this. Exciting news for active Nazi racist bastards everywhere. This is Dr. Dave saying this. I don't know who they are. For the next 10 days, you can buy a $60,000 Cybertruck swastika that passersby everywhere will mistake for a trash dumpster. Put your Nazi uniform back on and head to a Tesla dealership right now. Mock Schnell. And he's got a Leon post here. This is so pathetic. Only for the next 10 days. All-wheel drive Cybertruck now starting at $59,000. One more, before we get to... That person, too, parked this close. By the way, in this mile-long parking lot of empty spaces. I forgot to mention. That's the devil, son. Oh my God, that's the devil. Anyway, back to this. Only for the next 10 days. All-wheel drive Cybertruck now starting at $60,000. So... remember when these were first selling, I was yelling on camera every night how they were $120,000. Remember that? Now they're $60,000. Half price. Leon's doing a half price car sale on Twitter. Leon trying to offload the garbage. I can't believe this. This cunt with Vlad Putin, Puff Daddy, and the Saudis bought the biggest news or community, text community in the world where people could mobilize in seconds. That's why they bought it, to ruin it. Because it was too powerful. It was taking the Nazis down. They lost power. And he's using it partially as a used car lot for garbage Cybertrucks that no one wants to fucking buy. What the It's so fucking pathetic. Leon, what are you doing? Every time I see a Cybertruck, still to this day, I just cringe. It's just so fucking hideous. Cheaply built. It looks like shit. I'm going to take a break real quick before I go on to this next thing. Okay, I'm back. Wasn't that quick? Okay, I see what's going on now. That dude must have pulled next to me. He must have thought I was his drug dealer because he's pulling away now. And another car pulled up near where he was, and he went to meet him for a few minutes, and now he's leaving. So that's drugs. And now another car pulled up to that car that's over there, and they're picking up their drugs. So that's why the dude parked next to me. He thought I was his drug dealer. I am not his drug dealer. I don't sell drugs. I'd have gold chains and diamonds if I sold drugs. Shit. Recognize. Anyway, I warned you people, you good people of foreign nations that might come here for a visit. And I was thinking specifically when I was giving those warnings, for the most part, England and Australia. Because I know a lot of people from those places like to come here. And they think it's all safe and fine and cozy. No, it is not. This is why I was telling you not to come here. Nightmares like this, she is not the first one from England, Australia, Canada, other places. That normally, you know, coming from England to America, America to England, Australia, you know, it's almost like just come on in, you know what I mean? That's how people view it. It's no big deal. It's just come on in, you know, it ain't like that no more. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Now it's every foreigner is at risk because mass immune Gestapo might grab you because they get 300 a body, 1,000 a body. Don't matter if you get arrested. You might end up in the gulag for 6 weeks, 6 months, a month, a week, 3 months. You can't get back to your country. You can't get back to your job. You can't, you know what I mean? Your whole fucking life is ruined. That's why I was telling you people not to come here. Don't dare come here. Here we go. This is Karen Newton. Take a look at her. Not Spanish, not black, white European. Just another body to the Gestapo. They don't give a fuck. She's a 65-year-old British granny who traveled to the U.S. on a valid tourist visa. She still ended up shackled and thrown in a camp for 6 weeks. She's warning others not to go there. She did nothing wrong. Agents were just making their quota. You're a bounty. Everybody walking around the streets right now is a bounty. American citizens. Illegal citizens. And everything in between. Asylum seekers, visitors, what's the other thing? People with getting their green card, you know, all people in the process, doing it legit. You're just a body to the mass Gestapo. And you're just rent to the people that own the camps. They charge the government for your stay. Understand that. Don't go to the U.S. not with Trump in charge. The UK tourist with a valid visa detained by ICE for 6 weeks. Individual ICE agents get money per head that they detain. The guards told me that. These are quotes. Don't go to the U.S. not with Trump in charge. Handcuffed, shackled, sleeping on the floor of a locked cell before being driven 12 hours through the night to an immigration customs enforcement detention center, or a concentration camp, if you will. Karen was incarcerated for a total of 6 weeks, even though she had been traveling with a valid visa. Karen has no criminal record. Grandmother who spent 8 years working as an administrative assistant at a primary school before her retirement. Wow, she sounds so dangerous. They really need they really needed to lock her up in the gulag for 6 fucking weeks. I feel so much safer now. I don't even have parking tickets in the background anywhere, she says. I'm not a dangerous criminal. I didn't enter the country illegally, and I had everything I needed to be there. Yeah. Now, allegedly, she was traveling with a man whose visa had expired. But that doesn't mean they should be keeping her as well. And I'm sorry, even if his visa is expired, if he's a European tourist and she's a European, I mean, 6 weeks, really? We can't just straighten that out at some office, pay some money, whatever. No, it's got to be bring him to the camp so people can charge rent and you can get your bounty. Again, people in foreign countries, I don't care what color you are, do not come here. It's not safe for you. It wasn't safe before with all the shootings we have. Your balls even coming, before this era. So why did ICE detain her and keep her locked up for so long? A possible answer began to emerge over the weeks she was incarcerated. Karen got to know the guards at Northwest ICE Processing Center where she was held. She kept hearing the same thing from them. ICE officers are paid a bonus every time they detain someone. Individual ICE agents get money per head that they detain. The guards told me that. So that's what you are to the bounty hunters. You are a bounty. Do you hear that, English and Australian tourists? German tourists? Six weeks, they held this elderly woman who's never committed a crime and who had all the papers to be here. Again, the party of family value. Every day we could do this. We could do 5 more a day that get caught. Always in the family values party, son. This is why I can't be part of a church. This is why one of the reasons I could never take the right-wing grift machine seriously, besides all the other evil shit. There seems to be a pedophilia, sex trafficking problem in the right-wing side of things. Chief of Staff to Republican Alaska State Senator arrested for federal child sex trafficking. 36-year-old Craig Scott Valdez groomed and exploited 11-plus juvenile girls as young as 13 via Snapchat while working in the senator's office. Faces 15 years to life. Chief of Staff, you say, to Republican state senator. That ain't the garbage, man. That's what I mean. People high up, son, in your party. You are part of a pedophilia movement. You understand that. It was never the liberals, son. It was you. Always. Here's what he looks like. They call it the Family Values Party. Have you heard? Yet we find a new pedophile, sex trafficker, rapist, criminal every fucking day. Not a drag queen, always a Republican. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There seems to be a pattern here, and it's been going on for a long fucking time. Craig Scott Valdez, staffer for Alaska Republican State Senator, arrested on child trafficking Charges involving 12 children. Not one, not two, 12. Jesus Christ. Here's another one. Butler, Ohio Republican mayor. Chief of staff to a state senator. That ain't no low position. Mayor of a fucking town. Ohio Republican Mayor Wayne Dingus charged with voyeurism after he was caught sniffing an underage girl's undergarment. Underage girl, you say? Party of family values again. And again, we could do 10 a day, son. I don't report again half of what I find. But I'm being honest here. I mean, we've all known about the church thing for a long time. That's been since the fucking 80s. That's been going around the headlines. Cardinals, pastors, youth counselors, priests, pedophiles. Not all. I understand that. But enough to give me pause, son. In government, again, the longest serving House Speaker, pedophile. Donnie, JD, Oz, RFK. And so many more. A mayor of an Ohio town. Chief of staff to a state senator in Alaska. You people have a pedophilia problem in your party, in your movement, and you've enabled a sex trafficking ring. Again, the right-wing grift machine, since I've been born, pointing a finger at liberals. They're the freaks, they're the pedophiles, blah, blah, fuck them. Nope. It was always the other way around. That's why they were pointing the finger. Projection again. What is it with you people and projection? So that machine, that right-wing machine financed by Vlad in the modern era, last 20 years, partially. If they were pointing the finger at everyone else, liberals, everyone else that wasn't part of the MAGA cult, the right-wing machine, the broader right-wing machine, calling them Nazis and pedophiles and Satanists, well, what's that mean if the projectors are saying that about others? Well, that means that they are those literal things. As they've tried to paint liberals as a fascist movement, liberalism itself, since 1945. Nope, it was the exact opposite. And we're seeing the fruit of that now. We saw a lot of the fruit during the George Bush Jr. years, too. Economically, we saw a lot of the fruit during the Reagan years. He did more damage to this country with his economic shit. Now we're going to see the straight-up right-wing nationalist fascist movement. We're 3/4 in already. And what are they at the top? What I've been describing them as since January and before. Nazis, pedophiles, and Satanists. I'm not kidding. Go back, search the internet, find that picture of Alina Habba or whoever the woman was standing next to the goat that was made for Donnie, with the $100 bills with Donnie's face, that's saying Trump we trust. Look at that goat. Look at the woman. Feel the vibe. I can see the devil all over that picture. And I know exactly what's being glorified there. It ain't just a fake-breasted woman next to a cute little goat thing that they made for Donnie. Oh no, son. Far greater implications than that. That was made for a reason. That was shown for a reason, son. If they didn't want you to see it, you wouldn't have seen it. So guess what, son? They wanted you to see it. Because they was glorifying something. One, the Antichrist. Two, the devil. What's sad is everything I just said is not the slightest exaggeration. And it literally bothers me that it's not the slightest exaggeration. Because I know what that means. And it ain't good for nobody, as we have seen. When Satan gets his reign, and his Antichrist gets his reign, and there's nothing anyone can do. For it is written, it will play out. Just like World War II and that whole Reich and all that evil had to play out. This is the last time, the worst time. So bad, according to the story, the man got to come back himself. And I consider the man Jesus, God the Father. Either one. Both. I personally understand the gravity of that. Hence me being on camera for nothing every night. I understand the gravity of all these pedophiles, too, that are in charge. Pedophiles, Satanists, Nazis. They are all three. Speaking of that, here's the couch fucking pedophile, J.D. Vance. I told you yesterday how Donnie and JD tried to paint the court as criminal. Exactly how I said they would. If they struck down Donnie's tariffs. Today, the Supreme Court decided that Congress, despite giving the president the ability to regulate imports, he must be citing one of the cases, didn't actually mean it. This is lawlessness from the court. Not the decision is lawlessness. This is lawlessness from the court. Plain and simple. And its only effect will be to make it harder for the president to protect America. There's more. We don't need to read more. He didn't say the liberal justices, apply lawlessness to them. He applied lawlessness to the entire courts. Like I said, trying to paint him as criminal because Donnie did his favorite grift got fucked with. And this is how fast it can turn, man. Donnie talked more shit today. Donnie yesterday again, when they asked him about the tariff thing. You've mentioned multiple times foreign influence over the Supreme Court. Do you have evidence of that? Donnie, you're going to find out because he said there's foreign influence on the court. And no, he didn't just say it's on the liberals. Again, how fast things can change. And he went right into that territory, like I said, criminalizing them. This is what he looked like. as he was mad as fuck. So JD, Donnie straight up, the whole court, criminalizing them. Trump on Gorsuch and Barrett, they're the two conservative judges. I think their decision was terrible. I think it's an embarrassment to their families, if you want to know the truth, the two of them. Donnie will get there eventually where he's grabbing Supreme Court justices. He's letting them know. And I knew he would. This is George Conway. After the decision, a woman named Asha is saying, I hope John Roberts signed all his mortgage paperwork correctly, because that's the big allegation from the Reich. I don't know if you noticed. They go after everyone for mortgage fraud because Donnie's a mortgage fraud. Donnie is an adjudicated fraud. So it's like a revenge thing. Try and pin what I'm guilty of on them. He did it to Adam Schiff. He did it to Letitia James. I don't know if he did it to Comey too. He's done this multiple times. Came with that charge, mortgage fraud. What he's guilty of. So that's why this woman is saying, I hope John Roberts didn't, make a mistake on any of his mortgage papers, because all of a sudden Donnie gonna be putting a case on him. Put a case on Big Bad Jerome. You saw that. Put a case on Comey. Put a case on Letitia James. Put a case on, what was the other one? I can't remember the other one now. So George Conway's saying, in all seriousness, when I read this, I first started to laugh, and then a split second later thought, they'll probably actually do this or something like it. He's already done it, George. You haven't been paying attention? Comey, Schiff, James. He even went after Big Bad Jerome with a case. So, of course, he might put a case against one of the justices just to let him know, you best rule in my favor next time. You best change your mind about them tariffs. Of course he would do it, George. And this is what I mean about people like George Conway, Ron Filipkowski. Very smart, astute people that are breaking this down every day in the best way possible. And what they say matters. People notice, and it makes people mad, and it sways opinion. But they don't know what I know. And that's the problem. Everyone's so shocked at this shit. Again, 10 years ago, I knew if he's the guy, anything's possible. I'm talking about public executions in the town square possible, son. And we've had them. We will have more formal ones. Again, what Mr. Conway, Filipkowski, so many other people I respect and I appreciate. But there's still this level of things that an aspect of things that they have no concept of, and I do. That's a very kind of lonely place to be as well, because a person like me like to listen to all kind of other people talk about state of the world, their theories on things. I can't do that anymore. Because no one knows what I know. So few people on this earth. So although people like George Conway, again, they can approach it from brilliant perspectives and moral standing, but they don't know what all this is capable of. They don't know the plan the Reich had before day one. And again, I don't feel special in any way for this. Again, it's quite a lonely place to be, actually. I don't know. Imagine walking around on a planet of 7 billion people. And you're the only human that knows it's all going to end, I don't know, in a month, a year, a week. Pick a time frame. You're the only human on the planet walking around. You know this for certain, and it is certain. It's definitely going to happen. And you're the only human being that knows it. Of course, if you told people, they would, good one. You're crazy, man. If you be sincere with it, with your chest out, it's really going to happen, yelling on the street corner, oh, he's a crazy man, lock him up. You tell your friends, your family, your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, children, grandma, mother, father, none of them will take it seriously. You're the only one who knows for certain. I'm not saying literally I'm the only one walking the earth that knows what's up right now in a major way. Son, if there were 10, I'd be surprised. Because I just ain't seeing them, son. I ain't hearing them. I ain't seeing them. Except for Brother James. That's what it feels like. It doesn't feel special. It doesn't feel wonderful. I don't feel it. I'm the wisest, smartest, wonderful. No, I just know something that other people don't. And it's real. And it gets confirmed by the minute. And again, I don't want it to. So George, yeah, he'd grab one of them justices and lock him up right now. That's where he wants to take this all. George, you saw the executions of American citizens right on the street, right? You saw the Nazi salute. You know he had Hitler's speeches next to his bed. That's what Donnie's always dreamed of. He's talked about it. I want to be like Kim Jong. I want to be like Vlad. My vice president interrupts me. No one interrupts Mr. Xi when he talks. He wants to be that dictator that you better hold your tongue or you lose your head. I'm not kidding. There is nothing he's above, is what I've been trying to say for 10 fucking years. Even being with children. There is nothing he's above. He is the Antichrist. He is walking evil. Again, that ain't an exaggeration. I wouldn't be here, son, if he wasn't. I wouldn't be here every night, damn near. If it wasn't that dire, he wasn't that evil. This wasn't the imp and the Antichrist reign of evil. Again, son, we saw a white lesbian woman, a white male, both American citizens, get flat executed, and they whisk the murderers away, and we're not even allowed to know who they are. One name leaked, a few names leaked, and they get rewarded. They're called heroes by the Reich. They murdered people in front of the entire world, and everyone fucking knows it. These people are above nothing. They would put every liberal in camps right now if they could, son. Do you fucking hear me? Same way Adolf Hitler did. That's the dream, son. All of you, all 5 of you that are going to see this, Mr. Conway and all you political commentators, you don't know what I know, and you better take this with the utmost. It's going to the darkest of dark. And what we've all seen so far to this point should have already told us that. So George shouldn't be surprised at all at the thought of Donnie grabbing one of them or putting a case against one of those Supreme Court justices, just to let them know. I'm going to take another break for a moment. Okay, back up quick. George Conway again. Think of how bad things must be for a Supreme Court justice to feel he has to explain why it's a good idea to have laws enacted by legislators instead of decreed by wannabe dictators. And Conway's saying that because Gorsuch wrote this whole thing. And no, we're not going to read it, because this is a personal letter to Donnie, actually, to the dictator. That's really what it is. So we don't need the letter, Donnie does. Gorsuch on the importance of Congress and the legislative process. We all know that. The only person that doesn't know that is the dictator named Donnie, who wants to be Adolf Hitler, literally. And yeah, the judges are so shook, they're so scared, they're writing shit like this. This is Ted Lieu. Recognize, and that's Mr. Lieu to you. Crybaby Trump woke up this morning, still feels hurt from the Supreme Court slapping him, so he's taking it out on the American people by increasing his 10% tax to 15%. These temporary tariffs will be challenged in court, and Democrats will kill them when they expire. Trump's 10% tariff, designed to replace levies struck down by the Supreme Court, lasted less than a day. He's pushing it to 15. Here's the Donnie Post. I'm going to read some of it to you. So much for the fucking Supreme Court, right? Based on a thorough, detailed, complete review of ridiculous, poorly written, and extraordinarily anti-American decision. Uh-oh, he's painting the judges as anti-American now. Typical Donnie. On tariffs issued yesterday after many months of contemplation by the U.S. Supreme Court, please let this statement serve to represent that I, as president, will be effective immediately, raising the 10% worldwide tariff on countries, many that have been ripping us off for decades, to 15%. I'm not going to read anymore. Because of you cunts, and you know who you are, and this cunt, we have a 10% worldwide tariff. That's what level grifter your scumbag messiah is. And he just raised it to 15. Global tariff. I so look forward to the day I don't have to ever hear that word again. My God. Ted Lieu again. Recognize. He's saying not suspicious at all. Why is Mr. Lieu saying that? Because the New Republic posted this. The FBI interviewed one of Jeff Epstein's victims 4 times over her allegation that Trump assaulted her when she was underage, but most accusations against the president appeared to have been removed from the files, from the web. They were up. People read them. People looked at them. It was a girl trying to get her allegations to be taken seriously over years, 4 times, regarding Donnie. The DOJ released that for us to see, and then they took it down. You know what else they took down, son? A picture of Donnie on Jeff's plane, and there's a little girl sitting next to him, and I mean little girl. At the most 8 years old, probably not even that old. That picture that everybody saw got taken down. why would Miss Bondi or the DOJ take down a picture of Donnie sitting next to a little girl on a plane? Unless Donnie had done something. These allegations here, 4 times by a person against Donnie. DOJ scrubs record of interviews with Trump accuser from Epstein files. So if the DOJ, if Miss Bondi put that information up and then she took it down, I guess as that girl's allegations against Donnie are true. If they didn't take the information down, we'd have to wonder, right? But they did. So we don't have to wonder. So whoever this girl was who 4 times made her allegations, I don't know the name, I don't know the details. I don't want to know. I've probably read about it in the past. They took that down. There's only one reason to do that. You understand that, right? Only one. Even worse, the picture of Donnie with the little girl sitting next to him, they took that down as well. For me, that tells me all I need to know about Donnie and that girl specifically. In the picture, this is about, I don't know, the 4th time they've been caught taking sometimes hundreds of files down while people are looking at them. So again, so you understand, a girl said while she was underage, Donnie assaulted her. She tried to make her allegations 4 different times. And the DOJ took that information that they posted down. And the picture of Donnie with the little girl, who again, I was going to screenshot it and show you, and then I thought about, you know what, let me just not even do that. The picture of Donnie with the little girl on the plane sitting next to him. They took that down, so that tells me what took place with that child. They might as well admit that he did it. In those 2 specific instances. Otherwise, son, they wouldn't have taken it down. And Donnie has no shame. What I mean by that is, normal people would say to themselves, well, if we rip it down real quick, well, that's kind of it's telegraphing to the whole world that, oh yeah, that girl's allegations that she made 4 times, yeah, they're legit and true. And that child that was sitting there, he did something with that child. So maybe it's better we just leave it up, since we put it up in the first place. Because Donnie, it'll make you 90 times as guilty in people's eyes if you take it down. Donnie has no shame. Donnie's all about hiding things. He doesn't care if you know already. He's not that kind of entity. He's like a small child. Just hide the mess. Even if everyone already knows. In his mind, that's progress. To other people, they'd be like, shit, if I take it down, it's going to make me look like that girl's allegations are true and I did something with that little girl. But with Donnie, just take it down. Then it didn't happen. Then I'm exonerated. If Donnie was exonerated by this information, they wouldn't be ripping it the fuck down every day. Shit that they posted. When I saw the picture of the little girl of the other day, by the way, and then I heard they took it down today or yesterday, I already know what he's done, and I know what the people around him have done. But to see the picture of the child, to see it, again, I knew what these people and he were capable of. What I didn't know is these details would come out in your face. In other words, I knew he was capable of being with little girls and boys. I already knew it happened. I never thought we'd see some of the pictures of the children. And you would know it happened. That's what I didn't know. I can only think of one reason logically why that would happen, because shit like this does not come out. Rothschilds don't get exposed, stuff like that. That doesn't happen. So there's a reason this is happening. It's God asking you, son, where's your line at? I'm showing you all of it. There will be no excuses. Where is your line? And we're at the end. A Donnie post. Working with the fantastic governor of Louisiana, Jeff Landry, we are going to send a great hospital boat to Greenland to take care of the many people who are sick and not being taken care of there. It's on the way, President DJT. Hey, there's a lot of sick Americans that can't get health care. Could they get the hospital boat? Why would Donnie send a hospital boat from the guy he put on the Greenland thing? The governor of Louisiana. He'll charm Greenland into giving their whole country away. I mean, think about this. He's sending a hospital boat over there to give those people health care. We can't even get health care here. 1. 2, the only reason he's doing it is because he plans on annexing their entire country and stealing all the natural resources at machine gun point. But first, before I do that, let me send a hospital. Let me do something that almost looks nice, because everyone knows that's paying attention. He's Adolf Hitler. He already annexed the country and stole all of their oil. The country with the largest oil reserves in the world went for them first. He wants Greenland as well, him and his buddies. They want to drill, mine, just take the shit. Again, technocracy. The Nazis come in, we steal all the resources and money, and we're already doing it to Venezuela. Same thing Adolf Hitler did. And all technocracy is, these aren't brilliant ideas. It's a bunch of white Nazis trying to justify them seizing other people's lands and territories and treasure. So they apply the phrase merit and skill to it, when what they really mean is we're white, You should let us come in, run your territories, run your countries, even though we're not of you people. We come from somewhere else. And we just want to steal everything and subjugate you. Just let us do it because of our skill and merit. See, in their mind, their merit is the color of their skin. That's the problem. That's the real idea behind it. And it's already begun in Israel. It happened in South Africa, this ideology. South Africa, a land of black people. Originally, the whites come in, they take all the good land, they run the country, and they do segregation. Where do you think that idea came from? It came from the technocracy Nazis. And they want to do it here. And they want to do it everywhere around the world. Greenland's a perfect example. You have native peoples of that area that have been on that piece of land for a long-ass fucking time. And here we go again. The Nazi whites want to come in and they want to take over and run the place and take everything. That's all it is. That's all technocracy is. You understand that, right, people? It's just an excuse for white-skinned Nazis to take other people's land and treasure. And they dress it up as some philosophy where, you know, men of skill and merit will run Palestine, will run Africa, will run Greenland, will run Venezuela. Just look at apartheid in South Africa. That's technocracy. That's all it ever was. Where white-skinned people come in, run your country, and take everything. So what's Donnie really trying to say here? Before I annex your country at machine gun point and steal all the natural resources and subjugate the people, let me send this hospital boat over there. Let me make a fake emergency that people aren't being attended to medically. You know where that sounds like, Donnie? America. Because I can't even think about going to a doctor, son. That don't even exist in my life. But that's not the point. We all know what Donnie's intentions for Greenland are, and he's going to take it, I'm telling you. He already took Venezuela. Why wouldn't he take Greenland? And eventually he might try and take Canada as well. And the Suez and the Panama. None of these agendas have gone away. Amidst all the turmoil, Epstein, tariffs, amidst all the evil and abominations, none of the agendas have gone away. This is Adolf Hitler. He wants to annex territory and resources, and he wants the motherfucking Holy Land, and he already has it. Third Temple going up, annexation, subjugation of us, AI and drone policing, our military turned against us, concentration camp infrastructure being built as we speak, being bought as we speak, for you. Midterms will not happen. If we have a sham of an election, it'll be rigged like a motherfucker. Donnie's already doing all that now. Mass secret police that can kidnap anyone and kill anyone with complete immunity. Not one has been arrested. We've watched 2 executions. They executed a young guy back in March that they didn't tell us about of last year. Secret police, your military used against you. The next election, the midterms will not happen in any real way. This is their moment. They're seizing it. They will not have no blue wave fucking their shit up, worrying about impeachments every 3 seconds. Never going to happen. This is a Reich again, and the devil, the Antichrist, and the rest of the white supremacist fucking Nazi Satanists are seizing their fucking moment. pay attention and be ready. It's only going to get uglier, son. I wish I had something good to say, but nothing good ever motherfucking happens. Sorry. Don't take the mark. Have a wonderful evening.